All right.
I like the last bit doing, but I want to see the Spirit underdog. Spirit, just fun.
Sounds great. Well, my little...
And there for the Phoenix. Perfectly fine to get away from DY.
Toronto Tokyo on the mid lane. I think I'm going to be saying a lot of Toronto Tokyo because I love the nickname. Best nickname. Exactly. We've seen in a while. Poyo.
Yeah, he's already used his time walk. A good bit of damage from Collapse, but the turnaround battle there. Poyo secures the first blood onto the Mars, and DY spells on already and gets doomed. He's still going to be doing damage. Spectre, kind of a similar story as well, right?
Oh.
As they will go for that tier 1 top. I mean, yeah.
Farming a big stack in the jungle. Like Lashrak could have potentially invaded that. This is where dire Lashrak.
The Chrono. Yeah, Vici defending that top tower. They catch out the Lash inside the Chrono, but the Mars Arena and the defense of the Lash turnaround with a cold embrace there, healing him up. Looks like he's tanky enough for this burst damage from that Purifying Flames, and the Pulse Nova finally bring him down. PYW takes the Lashrak in that 1-for-1 trade of the mid laners. Good dodge on the cookie by Collapse as well. PYW getting tracked back here. There's God's Rebuke and a Spear. Fortune's End and the Horn comes in. They do try and throw the Doom towards them. The kiss is cancelled out though, and this Spectral Horn causing some severe issues here. Still holding Doom, doesn't get a target to go on. Not really hitting their timings just yet in comparison to that Doombringer. Spectre still needs to pick up her items as that's the jump hold 11. Gets it off onto the Lashrak. A Curse even going to hold him in place as well. The False Promise, very unlikely to keep this Lash alive through all of this burst damage. Oh my god, he still had, what, 300 HP remaining and a deny? Miposhka with a slight deny coming out of the arena. Spear, Supernova in the back. They burst through PYW. Team Spirit, they've turned this one right on its head. Collapse, he wants a little bit more here, but Oracle jumped on by old 11. The Doom.
11 is tanky.
He's incredibly tanky, but the Sunray with that percentage-based damage under the Spear. There's a final cold embrace here. DY saving the day yet again, while the Phoenix Dragon Tail stunned. The raindrops not enough. Didn't get his wand off. Collapse still battling with old 11. The Doom goes in for round 5.
Oh, that was a good curse, just like one of the strongest picks for sure, especially when you decide to max it out. The talent, the Holy Locket on top of it, Arena.
Catch the Void, and another Horn comes in, the burst damage. Purifying Flames, I mean, Lashrak TP'd in there, but it didn't feel like he was...
To have AoE damage, also clear the creep waves, and stay on top of the network. I believe that's the case.
I think so, yeah. First thought for me was he wants to clear out creep waves faster, right? Just shove the waves against the Lashrak, who has such great ability to clear them out. Look at that.
Running out, couple of seconds.
He stuns up the Doom. Does he realize how many heroes are around him, though? He's going to get caught out. The False Promise, the saves arriving from Miposhka. Good kisses landing onto the Lashrak, but they chase down old 11. Just a bit more damage to finish him off. They see the Scorched Earth, and they should find him here, but he's ducked into the trees.
He's
old
out.
11, he's speedy. He escapes while a Curse inside the arena. And Ori saved up by the Cold Embrace once more.
Not just that, he's involved in 8 kills. Is that correct? Out of 6. Very nice.
How's that possible? Oh, a great spear back from Collapse. Scepter. Gonna come reasonably soon. Do you like this kind of Phoenix build here? Veil into Shard into Ag Scepter. Oh, hang on a second. They've doomed up the Mars. Miposhka is just behind Collapse here. Has the False Promise ready, but he's just pumping heals into him. And you're right, the Chrono lands, but a 6 split Earth. Predicting the move, Miposhka's still going to get picked off by Poyo. And old 11 slamming him with the Infernal Blade, but they've kept Collapse alive. Kisses come in, but Toronto Tokyo has broken DY and the Arena Spear there, all thanks to Miposhka's sacrifice. Find the Faceless Void, burst him down, and a beautiful fight from Team Spirit. Oracle did buy back for this, but the Horn jump catches out the Snapfire.
That split Earth from Lashrak actually what's keeping them in this game. Buys a bit more time. They can't focus them on. Give this first Aegis to Toronto Tokyo. Like second one should belong to Spectre, but Spectre doesn't feel...
So the Axe is for the break?
Axe is a break, yeah. Break the Spectre. But you need someone else to jump the Oracle. Like they need to be able to get on top of Oracle. Good spear back.
Initiation again. PYW cookies the DK. The Doom comes out. The Supernova though with a Sunray healing up Collapse. The kiss is landing. These lava globules destroying the Mars. As Toronto Tokyo's gone in pretty wild there. Aegis reclaimed, and they do horn forward. Chrono from Poyo though, onto 3 of them. Miposhka, he walks into the bubble. They can't heal him up, but the man's dodge now. The False Promise comes in time. Clutch move from Miposhka, saves the Spectre. All they'll lose is the Mars.
Yeah, I don't think you go on Lash Track with the Doom. If you can surprise him, stun him before... Oh, they go
Maybe
in
now.
one more time.
They do have a DD still on Polio here, but he doesn't want to jump forward. Winter's Curse in the back lines as Ori slain by Yatoro Spectre.
Phoenix is just
Vici
ignoring
Gaming,
him.
They don't get a kill, and Oracle gonna wand himself up to half HP again. Old 11, Cold Embrace, but the magic burst. Toronto, Tokyo dominating.
Oh, he's still chasing.
He wants DUI. He wants DUI real bad. He's got Split Earth ready. Lightning Storm sets it up for him. And again, that Pulse Nova just shredding through these Vici Gaming heroes.
That deals still more damage than Spectre in the fights whenever he goes in. With the Shiva's Guard, with that Kaya Sanj amplifying the damage. I like the pairing. I always talked about how Leshrac plus Oracle is a great pairing where you kind of prioritize False Promise on him. There's the BKB.
Is just so good with those low swords and the egg inside the Chronosphere. Oh, they don't have a way to defend it. Polio is going to hammer down onto Mira, while on the bottom side of the fight, Collapse forced back by the Kisses and Ori's DK. Yatoro on a mega kill streak though, and he does bring down DY. Vici Gaming spend all of their ultimates. They get a 2-for-1 trade. They reset, but it's right now.
I don't think they can take the fight.
Loss.
Without the ultis, you check the right top corner, only one green light available, and that's one on Wyvern. So cheap much if you count in the double hit from the Echo Saber straight away, and you get like one extra hit during the TP, maybe even two.
That's true.
So yeah, I think
guaranteed bash,
100% bash chance right there.
Polio gets a stack charge on him thanks to DK stun. They move on to Toronto, Tokyo, and beautiful BKB allows him to keep fighting. The Chrono there, catching Miposhka, the Oracle again, the target they desire. Bashing onto Phoenix now, and Mira's blown up. PYW on a killing spree. Now move on towards the Spectre, who's doomed. Ori there with a splash damage, and 3 heroes slain so quickly. The 4th one of the game, Toronto, Tokyo, caught up between 2 massive dragons. The Wyvern and the DK.
He'll try to TP out.
They got the
will stop it.
Collapse will slip away from danger, but the remainder of his team dead to rights as Toronto, Tokyo is caught here. Not a chance of escape. Aegis down, and I only feel like the second life is going to be taken as well. Collapse, what's he up to? The Mars wants to save the Leshrac here?
I don't think he can. Like, Dragonite is a bit too tanky. Faceless Void now going in with that Mjolnir on him. So many procs coming out from it. Put more points in the stats early on. We see that time dilation right now is level 3. So maybe that's why he thinks, well, I don't need the HP talent. I'll just put some stats and get more damage from my other talents.
That backstab. No help from that should be illegal. PYW and Ori, slaughter the Oracle. At the very least, the rest of Team Spirit will be able to get away from that top lane. Up because they'll feel that with the tempo set by themselves, it belongs to them. Need to claim that territory though, as dewarding required. Triple observer wards coming out of Team Spirit all around the Roche pit. You can see how important it is to them to really control this zone of the map.
Doom, he actually gives away Timeless Relic. I think he's just gonna be using both of these. Smoke himself with the Ninja Gear and then use Timeless Relic, because Timeless Relic is too good.
Oh, look who they found! Don't even need to use the Chrono for it. They're horning into this though, Team Spirit. Supernova Sunray, Polio, time walks away. PYW saved by the curse as well.
That's a great
Toronto,
reset.
Tokyo resets the fight beautifully. And Polio just time walking out of the grasp of Yatoro. Old 11 still has the jump catch with the DK stun, and they'll find the Leshrac with a Kisses landing. Sure, you've cheesed up. And he's got a Bloodstone and a False Promise though. The comeback from the Oracle saves them as a defensive Chrono.
Yeah, Polio forced to use a defensive Chrono there. He got chased by a Spectre. Phoenix uses the egg. Faceless Void was thinking twice about going in, gets a couple of hits in, and then he's like, wow, they have a basher. I can't do it alone. Full sight on him. He needs 300 gold to have buyback. He was waiting. He was sitting at 7,000 plus gold.
Yeah, making that last item decision very difficult here for the Lash. They could have thought of an Eon Disc, for example, as something to stay alive, but they want that catch and kill capability instead. If they hex up the Faceless Void, they could blow up Polio quite easily with their burst damage.
They could. They have enough damage.
And Roshan being alive means Team Spirit, they pop into the pit. Toronto, Tokyo started off.
Chrono in 25.
They don't have it just yet, but Polio, He's been juked around and hexed. All the chain stuns are coming. Poyo, the cold embrace and the cookie, saves the Faceless Void. Vici Gaming are able to keep him alive, and the DK, and he's got his big kitty going.
They can hit it.
Try and focus it down. The egg is destroyed. Scrambled eggs for Miro there as it buys back on the Phoenix. But in come the kisses, and Old 11 has secured the kill on the Spectre. Dead for a minute and a half, and Vici Gaming running rampant now through the team fight. Spearing an illusion collapses, unable to save Toronto Tokyo. Poyo kept up and running by the cold embrace. Time Walk rewind. A dive from the Phoenix and the Chrono coming in. Poyo has it ready at long last. Time Walk the rest of the damage off, and Vici Gaming with a stunning team fight.
Yeah, pretty much the perfect execution there from Vici Gaming. Faceless Void jumps in. They thought they can burst him. Here comes the Cold Embrace from the Winter Wyvern on top of Holy Locket, pretty much healing him to almost full HP. It's so good.
Especially against the Spectre, right? Just like stun all the illusions, stun all the Haunt Spectres, catching out whoever's nearby.
Yeah, this might be the game. I just don't feel that the Team Spirit has enough damage that they're gonna go for the throne. They want to end this game right here, right now.
Fuel tank empty. Check engine light is on for Team Spirit because Vici Gaming starting to drive this one home. Tier 4's crumbling. A buyback from Toronto Tokyo, though, should give them some semblance of control around their tier 4s.
Vici Gaming, they're an experienced team. They like instantly go back when one buyback is used. They go for the barracks. They go for the second set of barracks. Their decision making in the late game has been on point during the season 2. Let's see what they can do to this Dragon Knight.
Oh, a Spirit couple. Cookie on point. Dragon Knight is being pummeled here with the Winter's Curse. On to collapse means that Vici Gaming once again able to reset and launch the kisses forward. Look at that, lava landing onto the ledge. Collapse has to buy back. Toronto Tokyo has a bit of a save behind him. False promise in the heels landing. PYW cookies out of the arena, and a cold embrace there onto Ori. Make sure everything's fine. They'll respawn up. Faceless Void stunned down to that respawn, and the Haunt forward. Yatoro wants to keep chasing in. A good spear again, but the cold embrace so powerful allows Old 11 to rejoin the battle. Doom up the Spectre. Poyo rewalk into the fight and clear them up one by one. No more Lash, no more Spectre, and it is GG, game over, with Old 11 getting an ultra kill to close it out.
Yeah, once Old 11 shows up with the full toolkit in that fight, the double refresher, double doom being used, it looked like they might still take a fight, but then the heal kicks in, a Satanic on Dragon Knight, everyone's full HP, very hard. Like, I like this.
I do like the Sven because, first of all, he has the Grim's combo, obviously. There's the Blind Stormhammer, and you have, well, on top, classic combination. You have Alacrity from the Invoker. That one less item on Sven, really hard, so you give attack speed a lot. This was a hero pairing we actually saw last night from No Ping. However, Sven against AA can be tricky. The Ice Blast is a problem, and I'm a little bit concerned that they're going to run into a wall where this lineup's just too difficult to kill fast enough. It's a Dragon Knight front line, there's Ghost Ship, Juggernaut Healing Ward. General, not very easy to kill heroes, honestly, except for the Lina and AA, right? Like, who do you go on?
Well, I'd like to see Invoker maybe being DP's players, mainly Storm. If he has set up lane, Piranha +1 or a Sven +1, very easy to play the style. You get early kills, and then you play off that. So maybe this could be the concerns that you had was changing.
All right, very well. Well, it is time to find out if Team Spirit will be going home or if they can survive and strengthen themselves through this. Pass it over to our casters to get into.
Yep, here we are, Team Spirit, one game away from elimination from the Major Lacoste. And this draft, it looks quite interesting, right? The Sven last pick, that enters a lot in this game in particular. They've got to get a lot out of this Sven with the Grimstroke, that Inkswell combo that Panel was mentioning. Invoker does go Quas level 1, so we'll see if he goes Quas Wex early and then transitions later into Exort. Because it would have been nice to see some Sunstrike kills early on in this lane stage as they do get a two-man Stormhammer. In comes Yatoro, the cold snap on the DK and a great pickoff. Old 11 immediately down bottom. She did right click down. PYW, Fairy Fire stick charge. Not enough to survive. has boots up. Should be able to get away a bit of distance there from any kind of go. Nice tank of the arrow by DY. Likely going to be dying himself, but he keeps Polyo alive and he's allowed to...
Should be okay. He got a healing salve on AA plus a healing ward, so that would bring him back to full HP. Bottom lane, a lot of harassment coming onto Yatoro Sven.
Oh, look at
Another
that.
arrow.
Mira. A spear arrow just so beautifully setting up on the Juggernaut. Knowing that Spin was on cooldown, going for it in his mid lane. They do have this X-Mark with the boat, dodging the tornado, cold snap, keeps him in place. Down just a bit lacking though into the Quas regen of Toronto Tokyo.
Miposhka is always ready for these TP rotations. Whenever he feels that his mid lane is threatened, PYW, there's the stun.
There we go, catch the Invoker. Toronto Tokyo wasn't expecting waves. Similar to the Treant, the Keeper of the Lights of the world. You just spam Stroke of Fate. Clear out the creep waves, make sure the tower push doesn't come, but when you're against the Dragon Knight who just does raw structural damage, it can be worrisome as they do arena spear him, trying to stop this push coming in. On 11, caught up with the Inkswell, chain stun to perfection, and even Toronto Tokyo arriving. Last hit, he's going straight into Hand of Midas, so no phase boots, no urn, no drums, straight towards this scaling item on a Quaswex Invoker.
Yeah, very greedy.
They do get a catch. AMP is going to burn through the majority of DK's mana pool, but the Light Strike Array boat connecting means Mars is now the target, stuck in between Vici Gaming's heroes. Mirana TPing. That's quite aggressive. Front lining into the chain stuns, and Vici Gaming get another one. Freebie handed to them. A couple of their core heroes. Level 6s on the supports. They've got Armlet Kunka. DK's ready with his treads and his soul ring. They can actually move out and look to smoke gank.
Is he really going for it? I see Echo Saber on Kunka.
Oh, that's interesting. They've got his X-Mark boat straight in towards Collapse, spinning towards the Mars. The Laguna blade him down.
I would say, like, didn't experiment with it, and then now during this major, it just became a thing.
Because we used to see the only real heroes doing it were like the old Tranquil boots and Arcane boots where you'd swap between them with like Jungle Axe. Bloodstone for Storm Spirit was probably the biggest one where we saw disassembling into a bigger item. But now, we're disassembling Arcanes into Holy Locket. Echo Saber in towards BKB or whatever you want from that. As Vici Gaming ready themselves for a mid lane push. Toronto Tokyo sat in that mid lane. Starts to get back into the exort. Cold snap forward, but a DK blink stun. Ice blast onto the Invoker as well. Torrent connecting. They've dusted him up and finishing him with the Laguna Blade.
Yeah. Torrent Tokyo. He gets brought down easily. It's just a Dragon Tail stun.
Do they want to fight this? God's Strength always held in place. Great Light Strike Array. The arrow connecting into the back though as Polyo front lines. Omni Slash slicing into the Sven. They've soloed him.
He didn't get the Warcry off.
Perfectly targeted by Vici Gaming. And then Poshka's going to fall immediately after. Collapse and Mirror trying Arena Spear. Ancient Apparition the only target they can go for. And that X-Mark.
One leap left.
Not paying off into the Torrent, but old 11 there yet again. He starts the fight with a blink stun and bloody well he ends it with...
It's Magic Wand, a lot of small items invested, so a bit delayed.
It honestly feels like, this is another game where Vici have a great amount of catch, kill, and destruction. Here we see it coming into play against Collapse.
Still have enough time to land a big AA blast once Dragon Knight initiates. They can also get another big fight, turn that into Roche easily.
So every kill that Spirit can get, vitally important, especially onto their cores. PYW though, with boots of travel on this Lina, Windlace as well, incredibly speedy. My goodness, just walks it off. Now Yatoro dragged into the Torrent. Good disarm out of the Deafening Blast, but Sven, he's still trapped here. Old 11 with a stun out, and Polyo comes in to allow Ori to take him down.
We'll clean him up. He gets almost 400 gold for it, gets some good levels. Very aggressive, very greedy build coming out from PYW's Lina. Boots of Travel. I think he can afford to go for it.
In this situation, I was going insane.
Yeah, allows them to play the side lanes much more active with the Dragon. Like you see one hero, suddenly there could be Lina, someone initiating from the fog.
That is really clever as well. I mean, that's a blink stun. We'll come back in a second as they do Ice Blast into Mirror. Miposhka with the Inkswell connected onto two of them, but the boat. The Coco's Rum will buff them up, and Polyo's Healing Ward will allow them to sustain this easily. Another catch there from PYW. Toronto Tokyo out of mana, but he runs back behind his tower. All thanks to that Moonlight Shadow, which Team Spirit will use to disengage.
is under attack.
Echo Saber against Phantom's Embrace, though.
Yeah, the double hit against it, it's nice, but I believe he's just gonna disassemble it, as I mentioned, get a BKB from it, and also get Orchid after the BKB.
Man, you step just an inch too far forward, and Old 11 is there, ready to catch you, make you pay, and the punishment continues. Vici Gaming find another kill.
Good X mark. Poyoyo also blocks the arrow with the spin. 3 other heroes. You have 1 point in X sword, so you need to start putting more in it. You're a bit
Sven.
under-leveled. Sven
Dead yet again.
looks very dead.
He
AA
can't
blast.
escape. Again, the execution coming in from Vici Gaming. It's sublime. They find the hero. Cast that. Has DY to back him up. Arcane's an urn there for the Ancient Apparition, and the jump onto Miposhka. Grimstroke has an arrow to actually get dodged by Old 11. So now with that urn and the right-click attacks just from this Dragon Knight, a nice little snake across from that top lane through to mid, and even a lane ward there a little bit deeper, near where the tier 1 used to be.
You have 1 BKB done. Dragon Knight just needs 50 gold after finishing the Roshan.
Currently up at top, cutting waves. Catch on bottom, though. Mars under Moonlight Shadow. DY's coming across. Good spear. Gets him away from the dust there, I believe. Yeah, doesn't get tapped by it, but still with the X mark dragging him in. So that Ice Blast and the finishing touch shattered.
Much is 1 hour. We need to buy some time. Maybe not an hour, but we need like 15 minutes.
Give us time, please. Oh, these wards.
I was about to say this.
These wards, man.
Scouting
Across
them out
all the lanes.
when they're getting out of the...
There, we can see. Just gonna scout out the Ancient Apparition. So the vision for Collapse opens it up on DY. Gets a Vortex and a Cold Feet. Torrent misses, but Ori, he's arriving in with PYW, and Collapse can't finish off DY. Gonna buy Skadi? Juggernaut, are you gonna buy
Juggernaut to go on
Skadi?
Skadi. Also, Kunkka stole his item. He would love to get AC.
On Collapse. Cold Feet, it has to spear forward. Couldn't get the back spear. And even with the arrow
That's
there,
a full Omni.
That's an Omni Slash coming out onto that Mars. Collapse has the backup of the Forward Spirit, so he won't be dying. But Vici Gaming forcing that heavy rotation, and this map becomes incredibly small. If they can get that D ward. Oh, they smoke under dire vision. They know. And look at that preemptive blink torrent from Ori to catch out the blink target. Spear whiffs out inside the arena. Good soulbind, but the BKBs are up for Vici Gaming, so they just slaughter Collapse. And Yatoro, he's got TP at the ready. Miposhka might be caught here. Light Strike Array threads between the two of them.
That was so close. Could have been a disaster. If PYW catches him with the Yule Scepter, he will pop a BKB, but still die. Maybe gets a return kill. And he disassembled the Echo Saber, understands I need that BKB straight away. I need to be able to protect myself. 18,000 gold lead, even without Aegis. They're still gonna go threaten the high ground. Dragon form available in a second. Still very close to level 18. Let's see if he wants to wait to get that level 18 before the Dragon form or not. Wants to put some more pressure on the tower, so he's gonna get it. On top of the Davion scale, the neutral item that he's holding.
There's nothing stopping them. They're just diving behind onto Toronto Tokyo. It gets blown up completely. Buy back out of the Invoker, but your racks are still under pressure. Vici Gaming just destroy these structures so quickly with a catapult wave behind them. It honestly feels like Team Spirit have maybe 1 fight left in them at this point.
A buyback from Toronto Tokyo will set it back quite hard in terms of getting the items. This might be it, Gary. I don't know if they have enough items. They still didn't use their BKBs.
They've got to try. They've got to try. Blink Spear,
the
Cataclysm comes in, down a half HP. They're trying to burst through him so quickly, and they get him with a deafening blast. Ori's gone. But Yatoro trading out as Old 11 and Poyoyo move towards Mira. Oh, hello, another arena. Where's the spear? God's Rebuke back. Healing ward down. They can't find it just yet. Collapse will
Omni
take down the healing, and Poyoyo is going to spin back to safety. The right clicks aren't enough. Well, the dieback on the Invoker. Great Laguna Blade catch, and the Omni Slash, there's the second one, finds Collapse, a triple for Poyoyo, and PYW picks up the double.
It is. They call it. They call it, Gary.
They only had 1
Vici
fight
Gaming,
left.
not even sweating in this one. This is the Vici Gaming that I expected to see. Maybe not the greatest performance in some of the games. I've been praising their support duo, PYW and DY, throughout